Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here today. It's October 3rd, 2009. We're here. It's a little gloomy day today, Grace, but we're here to dedicate and cut the ribbon on this beautiful legacy playground that, thanks to the OToole family for their generosity and for their graciousness, and to bring this beautiful playground to the town of Carmel. And it's my heartfelt thanks to you, Grace, and your husband Chris, and the rest of the OToole family. And what this day means is this park was created to be a lasting legacy to your son Christopher and your granddaughter Erin, who were killed by a drunk driver about 5 years ago up in Dutchess County. And this park will serve as an awareness to bring home the tragedies that occur when people choose to get behind the wheel of their car and operate their car in an intoxicated condition. So this playground will be dedicated to your son and your granddaughter as a lasting legacy for them, and we're honored to have it here in the Baldwin Meadows Park in the town of Carmel. And we couldn't be happier about that, because this is something that we support, and certainly something the town of Carmel wants to be proactive in trying to stop what has become an ever increasingly problem in this society of people getting behind the wheel of their car after consuming alcoholic beverages. So although their death is tragic, we're hoping that something good will come out of that by the creation of this wonderful legacy park in their honor and their name. So, Grace, I want to thank you and your husband, Chris, and the rest of the OToole family for making this possible. And I'm going to ask you to say a few words about that.
And the thing that I would like to say is that it was a terrible tragedy to lose our son and our granddaughter. But the good that has come out of this has been the awareness that people will have that they should not drive after they've been drinking. And another very large positive factor is what the town of Carmel, with you and the town board and all of the citizens of Carmel, over 80 people were here 2 weeks ago building this beautiful playground. And it's been a pleasure working with you, and I think that it's going to be here for a long time and give a lot of people a lot of pleasure and probably an awareness of how valuable their children are.
Exactly, and this community, this is a community that cares about families and children, and it really represents what we're about in the town of Carmel, because it was 80 volunteers throughout the day a couple of weeks ago that actually constructed this playground, and it was built by people from all throughout the community, people that may not have known you or may not have known myself or any other elected officials in the community or volunteers in the community. They stepped up to the plate and they showed up here, and we built this in one day. And this is the result of a lot of thought and planning, and to bring this to the town of Carmel. And there's so many people that we need to thank that actually participated in this and brought this from not only just its inception but to completion. And we'll be doing that in a little while.
Right.
But there's just so many.
But one person that I'd especially like to thank is Jim Gilchrist, the Director of Recreation for the town of Carmel. He is so creative, and he works so hard for the people of this town. And it's just been a pleasure to work with him throughout this entire process. The other people I'd like to thank are the 6 businesses that kept the 80 volunteers fed 2 weeks ago. And I'm not going to name them because I think I'll probably leave someone out, but I will certainly make their names available so that the people in the town of Carmel can give them the business.
Exactly, Grace, and I want to acknowledge those folks as well who really contributed to this. And as you know, with volunteers, you have to keep them fed. You have to keep them fed. They need soda, they need fluids because they're working hard, and we realize that. And the delis and the restaurants, that contributed the food during the day. You know,
That's right.
we really want to extend our thanks to them, acknowledge them as well.
Definitely.
So the community really came together that day, and this is the end result, and I couldn't be happier about that. The Town of Carmel Highway Department, they contributed as well with equipment and workers.
Right.
George Tompkins was here for most of the day, a highway department worker.
Sheriff Smith.
Sheriff Smith, Under Sheriff Convery was
Right.
here. Also, Chief Mike Johnson from the Carmel Police Department was here as well.
The PBA fed us at lunchtime with their hot dogs.
They cooked the hot dogs that day. And so really there was a lot of people that participated. The Mayapack soccer families, who we're going to be dedicating this park to in a little while, they also stepped up. They contributed. Fred Rieger, who was a tireless
Fred
individual. I can't say no.
I don't think anybody can repay Fred Rieger for what he has done for the town of Carmel.
No, and really, you know, when you if you looked up the word in the dictionary, volunteerism, his picture would be next to that, because there's a guy
I would
that
say saint.
a saint, yeah, exactly, a saint as well. So you know, Fred is a very interesting individual who really, you know, is someone that is dedicated. He's committed, he's focused, and really volunteerism and the community is really big in his, you know, in his mind. So, and he really steps up. So
Yes.
he's another individual. But
And it's been a lot of fun.
it has been a lot of fun
Yeah.
along the way. Yeah, it really has. And Grace, the entrance here, the gate and the trellis, you know, Chris and Aaron's legacy is really so beautiful,
Right.
and the shamrocks on it really, you know, it
You
really.
love it?
I love. Yeah, I do. I do, and I know Jim Gilchrist does also.
Right.
So, and it's really a wonderful playground,
It
and
really is.
this is going to get a lot of use from the community. I know that people are going to come out and use it for many, many years, and you know, your son, Christopher, and granddaughter Erin's legacy will live on forever. You
That's
know, in
true.
perpetuity, because this will be here in perpetuity forever.
Right.
So this will always be here.
Well,
and
thanks so much, Ken.
oh, you're welcome. And again, I want to thank the OToole family for everything they have done, and this generous donation of this beautiful, really fantastic legacy playground for the town of Carmel.
Right.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.